Right, I think technically by the numbers, the Tesla Model Y gets the crown for most popular vehicle on planet Earth. But around these parts, or at least where I'm at, in the US, the Toyota RAV4 is the it car. I mean, dealerships can't keep them in stock. Everybody knows what it is. You see them on the road. People put 200,000 miles on them and they never die. And I'd actually never tested one until now. So I was really excited to get my hands on a Toyota RAV4 and actually test it and see why people love it so much. Hang on, is that the RAV4? Wait a minute, oh, right, okay. Yeah, so also, this is the GR RAV4. So in the world of crossovers where this is the it vehicle, this is the most fun version of that flagship it vehicle. You know, the RAV4 is very practical. This is a hybrid, it gets great gas mileage, it's very durable, and it's very chill and comfortable to drive. But what if there was like a spicier, like track version of the RAV4? Okay, are you gonna track your RAV4? No, you're not. But there is this whole sports package, this whole GR themed package for the RAV4 that is brand new and actually really exciting, and I'll tell you why this is the most fun version of the RAV4 yet. But first, the basics. So it's a hybrid powertrain that makes this flagship RAV4 go. It's got a 2.5 liter inline-4 engine and 3 electric motors. It's a CVT transmission, and there's a 22 kilowatt-hour battery pack in there that'll get you up to around 50 miles of electric-only range should you choose. Yeah, you can plug it in. And so that'll all combine with that CVT transmission to get you about 320 horsepower, which is good for 0 to 60 in 5.6 seconds. And then this isn't particularly sexy or thrilling to say or even exciting for a car review, but I have to say, because it's really important with this one, I think now that I've lived with this for a week, this RAV4 nails every fundamental that there is to nail about a car, period. Okay, so I'll just start with the outside. And I'll point out the stuff that's okay, chill. I'll point out the stuff that is specific to the sport version here that we're looking at, but you know, dimensions-wise, we can see it's a pretty handsome vehicle actually. It's got this aesthetic package with the red paint and the black roof and the sport wheels. That's looking pretty nice. But just proportionally, it's looking really, really good. You've got this spoiler at the back for the GR edition too, which is actually giving it a little bit of functional downforce, but as we get to the back here with storage, auto opening tailgate, thank you very much. And we've got a little GR logo in this massive amount of trunk space too. Can cover, of course. Those back seats can fold down. Might as well do that just to show you. There you go. They don't come back up. You'll have to fold that with your own hands, which I guess is a bit of a downside, but I'll do that myself. I do think the taillights look really good too. I'll let that close so you can see them. Kind of this big, not full bar, but a bar-ish look going. And it's kind of square, but that means there's a lot of headroom. It's not one of those sloping roof lines. Sloping? It's not one of those sloping roof lines that actually cuts into your headroom in the back. So I'll get in the back here right behind my own 6'3" driving position. And you'll see here my legroom is pretty good. It's fine. It's not incredible, but it's definitely not a disaster. Got a little bit of storage in here. We've got these contrasting panels over here that are nice and soft for my elbows. Got a little bit of storage down here and the speakers, which I'll get to in a second. Then a little bit of vents, 2 15-watt wired charging ports right there. This is nice. Good amount of headroom. Thumbs up. But that is not all. Let me show you a couple other things. The back left corner of this vehicle is where you will find the gas tank, which is really easy to forget about because this thing gets a really, really good gas mileage. Highway cruising, just like chillin' cruising 30 to 35 miles per gallon. And then you can drive in obviously EV only mode, which is also super useful and is also silent. The port for that is all the way at the front right here. And that 22 kilowatt hour battery, I think I can open this now, yep, will charge decently fast. Doesn't have to be NACS because it doesn't have to supercharge or anything like that. So that's good to see. And again, let's take another look at that front. This is a really good, boxy, aggressive looking front. You know, RAV4 is obviously usually way more tame than this, but if you're gonna make a sport themed version with the GR theme, of course, Toyota's thing, then yeah, the big aggressive grille, that's the type of thing you see in high performance vehicles. The ventilation, they kind of look like scoops. You're not really getting real scoops that funnel air very much, but it still looks really good. But it's freezing, my hands are about to fall off, so let me just get in the driver's seat and show you the rest. Metal pedals, by the way. And a GR floor mat. Those GR logos everywhere. So then, sitting in the driver's seat, it becomes pretty clear really fast why this is the IT SUV. Everywhere you look, it nails the fundamentals. What's the first thing people always ask or talk about when you ask them why they want an SUV like this? It's to be higher off the ground, which I definitely am, and visibility. And the windshield, all the visibility in this car, I would say is actually maybe perfect. Rear visibility is awesome. Rear 3/4 is awesome. I can see over my shoulder and none of the pillars are really thick. So that's an awesome fundamental. Then you fire it up. So foot on the brake and hit that push to start button there. You have a screen right behind the steering wheel, which has that GR logo to boot up. And then this is the larger optioned 12.9-inch touchscreen, which actually comes with the GR package. And it does have wireless CarPlay. It has all the things you'd expect, but also the typical Toyota software. I do have a couple tiny complaints. Okay, I'll just get them in now with media and with using this car. One is, this is so specific, but there's media controls here on the steering wheel, but there's no play pause button. Why? If I'm playing music and I want to skip to the next song or the previous song or turn volume up and down, that's all here, but none of these buttons pause the music. Sometimes I just want to pause it, so that was odd. The other thing is in the center here, I know I told you it was nitpicks, but there's not as many physical controls for HVAC, so there's temperature up and down, that's really convenient, but the fan speed is just these tiny buttons here, and then to control the rest of the HVAC system, you have to go into here and then mess with these. I wish there was a little bit more, like if I could do fan speed in one of those physical buttons, that would be nice. So those are two small complaints about this layout. But then the rest of it, I think again, is basically perfect. Wireless charger for your phone there, drive mode button here. You get more storage space in here. Nice little leather with red stitching shifter here. You've got a button to view your camera feed. You've got wires for your wired charging if you want to do that. You also have your cup holders, you have your brake hold button, parking. This is also a two-way opening center console. It's kind of like a clever bit of engineering here. If the passenger wants to open it, they use this button. But if the driver wants to open it, you use this button. It's kind of cool. Most of the materials in here are about what you'd expect from a RAV4. It's a lot of black plastic and a little bit of soft faux leather down here. But the seats are special in the GR. This is a nice like Alcantara center with some nice bolstering, so you do feel very comfortable for some sporty driving if you feel like you should do that. In general, it's nailing all the fundamentals. Like I said, wireless CarPlay is in here, wireless charger for your phone. It doesn't have some of the highest end amenities like a sunroof that opens or even a rear view camera. This is just a regular rear view mirror and visibility is great, but other than that, the fundamentals are nice. Now, as far as driving, like I said, you're not gonna track your RAV4, and it's not a particularly fast car in the first place. 320 horsepower isn't nothing though, and 0 to 60 in 5.6 seconds is totally usable. What it's more about is, at least with this particular package, it's the aesthetics and it's the feel. There is a specially tuned suspension and steering weight for the GR version, is what Toyota says. I'll be honest, I haven't driven a regular RAV4 in any sort of sporty way, so I'm not gonna sit here and tell you like it handles dramatically better than any other SUVs I've driven. But it's cool to have the aesthetic package. I think they nailed that. It looks so sporty with the front, with the grille, with the red paint, the black roof, the Alcantara, and all that. And then driving it, it's still all the stuff that you would expect from the IT crossover. Great gas mileage, still rides really well. It's not like some super harsh suspension. I just have memories of driving that BST Polestar, which was just a super stiffly sprung, like really sporty tuned crossover from them. And that was a little bit less awesome to drive on the daily, but this is still soft and has a ton of visibility and space and can cruise super well. So honestly, I like it a lot. The price tag though is really interesting. They haven't told it to me yet. As of the time of this recording, nobody knows the price of the GR RAV4. It's widely anticipated to be somewhere around 50 to 52, 55, somewhere in that range. So you're definitely paying up for the sportiness and this whole package. The regular RAV4 is also gonna be just fine and really, really good for all the same reasons, all the same gas mileage reasons, all the same chill reasons, all the same storage reasons. The fundamentals are so good. Look, you got the storage up here, which is super nice. Oh, the speakers. I almost forgot to mention, the speakers are quite good. I just paired my phone and hooked up to the Bluetooth, and the speakers were very good as well, especially for in this class. You don't see like incredible speakers in this class, but this was pretty good. So yeah, for a prototype vehicle, that's upside down for you, but for a pre-production prototype vehicle, I would say it's done a pretty good job impressing me and convincing me that this deserves the spot of the crossover. I think probably the best argument you could make against the GR RAV4 is that it isn't really, really quick. Not quick like a Tesla Model Y Performance, which is maybe closer to $60,000. But if you're after maybe not the sporty suspension tuning and the aesthetics package, and you're more into what Tesla does with just ridiculous power and speed, then the Tesla Model Y Performance is probably a better answer to your question than this. Of course, it's also fully electric and all the things that come with that, so maybe I should get my hands on that pretty soon to test. Either way though, let me know what you think. Is this extremely sporty RAV4 up your alley, or is this just me getting excited about a red and black sporty vehicle like I usually do? Thanks for watching. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.